Morning, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful, blessed day today. Um, okay, this is important, and I will be putting this up. Well, who I give it to will be putting this up. Okay, the title Is This Serious? Yeah, it is, and it will be stopped. Anyway, first I want to give, for those ones who, bring attention to everyone, with different things. I give a big shout out, and so does God in heaven. And that if no one has told you, or if you're thinking you're not, or not doing enough, well, God in heaven, all the ancestors, and so am we are proud of you, and you are out there making a difference. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't know how long this is going to be. It might be long and it might be short, but it's a few things that are still going on, and I'm not saying that things are being changed and fixed. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's out of control. Once who have seen my videos or other stuff that I put out, always different ways that I do, knows I'm not playing around. About what God has been doing and will be doing. And when I say he is furious, fuming, it's not only him. I meant it. So he is asking, and it's about not only this, it's like with everything. So this is what I was told, but not like in full. You should get what I'm speaking about. Anyway, this is what they want to know. I would like to know, when you have companies, stores, any kind of business, or just doing anything, and also at these places, why do you work there? think real hard. Because, I got to bring up you after what I'm about to say. You will think hard. And with most, I've been saying about different things that it has to change. Or if it don't, and all this continues because of ignoring, signs, what is continuing to be done, well, that part's on you. Do you have companies, businesses, stores, food chains, factories, and whatever else? Is it to provide for everyone? As in, help putting out things? That's what I mean. Bring entertainment, a place to eat, and get food, groceries. For someone who are the elderly, that needs help. A child, has somewhere to go till a parent or parents gets done work. Security, whatever type, to keep one safe and more. Is it all, because you love helping, you love what you do? Or is it only just for the money and whatever else? Now, I want to state, you open companies and etc. and whatever. Yeah, you need to make money. But, for you to make money, you need to, put out the food and, or, to sell it and whatever else. Everybody needs to make money. I'm not saying that. It's why did you open all this? Is it for the money or what I just said? Don't, like one is only just to make the money and the other is because you did it because you love doing that and etc. but you also, make the money. Like in good intentions. That's what I meant. Two separate things. Good intentions and still making money, or is it only about making money? Now, the thing is, now, for the workers, is it because you love working and you are able to provide for you and your family? Or is it to be able to do whatever in between your work? Now, for both owning something and workers, or is it, ways to do what is going on and what's happening? They want to know. As in, do you take your company as in that you are making a difference to provide for people, whatever you're selling, food, whatever, insurance, whatever it may be. And workers are going there to work, provide for their family and themselves and, whatever. I mean, with both, do you think about, how grateful you are to own something, work somewhere? Heaven and God wants to know. And like I said, it's not only with owning, working, it's more than that. It don't matter it doesn't matter. It's what heaven wants to know, why it's happening. I mentioned all this in my other videos. How to stop something, how to do whatever I was told. But, it's all being called mistakes, every time something happens. Or anytime things get accessed or being harmed and more. And when it gets, hot on your arse, someone always runs away. They try hiding. They get ones and say not to say anything, just for them to hide them. And then blaming someone else. And saying that they weren't in their right mind. Well, for ones who are saying that or thinking of saying that, God said it's called karma. And that can be proven that you were in your right mind. It can be proven that nothing's wrong with you. You know. These questions are interesting. And for all the ones, like I said, that I shout out to with whatever, you keep broadcasting it. These ones, for everyone. Just keep on broadcasting it. And, let everyone know. And when you are broadcasting it and they're right there, please call authorities. This way they're caught right away also. Now they want to know, how's it that daycares, don't know what's going on or who they hire, to have ones, to have daycares, you need to hire more than one person. So how is it no one notices anything if one or maybe two or whatever? Unless you don't never get, background checks, and it's all of them. Or maybe you're involved. I don't know. But how does not one notice children at daycares or anywhere being blank, Hold up. You see, this is the 5th time I tried to put this video up. Hold on. Come here. Enough now. Sit down. Sit down. No more. You're done. You're done. Come lay down. Come on. Lay down. You're done. So how is it that nobody sees or, notice that children are being touched and whatever? And how is it that children, have bruises and more? How is it, one's hearing, from somebody, probably the one, who already knew about, oh, they're just sleeping. Now, one, I did put up one time, that a child fell asleep on a rocking horse, but it's wherever. And a person said, oh, they're just sleeping like that. I don't want to move them. Let's not move them just in case, they wake up or whatever and they don't go back to take their nap or, etc. Enough. No more. No more. You're done. Sit. Sit down. No more. Anyway, but still, no one checks. No one. And who in their right mind will have a child, slouched over, just sitting on a rocking horse, sleeping? That's really uncomfortable. But anyway, until parents come, to pick them up, and they go over to see their child, and they have it looks like a cut or something. But then they tried to, move their child, but they noticed that the child's been sitting there, passed away, but no one checked. The whole time, whoever works there. Now, people are being hired or whatever, or like I said, that God is asking, or are you just going to work? No, because you have access or whatever. It goes from being a pedophile, abusers, and more. It's like, really? Is that the only reason why you're there to work? Or, let's take when making food. Aren't you supposed to be trained how food is supposed to be prepared? Doesn't matter where. If you do it and you're putting everything on, whatever it is, and it's supposed to look nice, when you close the box and whatever, or, is it supposed to have sauce, dripping out from the lid, along with cheese, hanging over where, you could see it before you open it. And let's take, meat, say you're ordering a hamburger or something like that. It's all broken up. Burnt. And most of the time, it's oh, I don't know. Do workers, because they're not careful and they keep getting burnt, they lower things where, by the time you get it, you get ice cold, I mean ice cold drinks or, food. Or, I don't know. It's like, when you're doing it, you don't put, one half in the lid and then put whatever that needs to be put, like, onions or whatever, and then just shut it. Where, you know, the top half just flies wherever and everything that's in it. You know, you if you put it in the lid or whatever, you're supposed to lift it up, put it on top of the other half, and then shut the lid. But anyway, they're saying that it's all uncalled for. And if it's being done because you're busy and it's supposed to be quick, it doesn't matter. Learn how to do each order the right way. And it can be done where customers aren't waiting long. And, also, you're supposed to, make sure everything is sealed in a bag. And stuff on top of the drinks, inside the bag. This way it doesn't spill. With the bag sealed the right way where it's not easy to, just pop off or whatever. Now for the drivers who picks up the order, it doesn't matter. It's the same way, if someone picks up orders or sits at a table or whatever. Doesn't matter. But the drivers, drivers are usually, it's their, not second job, but it's another form of getting more income. But whoever they're working for pays them. Well, they're supposed to. And apparently they charge for delivery. They also charge for, the tips. And at the end, I don't know who puts it up, but you see, again, at the end, once it's delivered, where it comes up and says, do you want to give them a tip? So I don't know what's going on there. When in with the order that you put in, you pay for, and, for delivery plus tip plus something else and something else. I don't know. And then you get where, some can give good tip, some can give only what they can. But the thing is, why would you mess up your side job? Because you're angry, because someone couldn't leave a tip or something, or didn't give you a tip that you wanted. Well, we don't exactly do the tip. It automatically does. Also, from others, and well, when I used to, order, and also order, when I'm not there, wherever I was, that doesn't mean that my bodyguards aren't. I have some who comes with me, and I have also ones there that I have to provide for. So, again, why would you mess up your jobs? Anyone? Because I hear half of whatever they ordered is eaten, or they get their drinks that are half, gone. The seals that, that have the bag is off, where it just peels off, where anyone can still get in. And then, along with that, why would you mess up your job also? Because I had this done twice with, you being involved with wherever you're stopping at before you drop it off, for ones who are getting stalked, Now, this was before. I don't do any of that now. But anyway, how many times, you stopped somewhere else to get or to switch because, you guys knew what I was ordered and sometimes thought that I was there and you switched it. That's probably why the food was, a little messed up also. But you also tried to put something in it. How's that? Now, I'm not asking these questions. I'm just saying what God is telling me. They want to know. So, you got the job. Or not only for them, with anybody. You got a job. Why can't you just be grateful because it helps along with a main job. Say you got that for a second job. Because I will say, and it depends, you know, if you're going to be a driver. Do you think that you'll be making money, enough money to pay bills just driving? And when you get a notification, you go get it. You might not get enough, notifications for you to go get it. That's why it's called a side job. And you have a main job that can pay, most of the bills. And this is a second job to help out. Like I said before, everyone needs to speak up and pay attention. Take owners like gas stations, Walmarts, those kind of places. But it's everywhere now. Doesn't anyone pay attention, that works there or who owns it? Like noticing food on top of pumps. And I spoke about that. Don't touch what's on there. Trying to get rid of it. And picking up money that's in front of the pumps. It's some type of drug that's on it. And people walking around stores saying, oh, here's a note, call me, or whatever. Or, oh, I want you to smell this to let me know, should I buy this for, my boyfriend or my girlfriend? Do not smell the perfume. Because it's not what you think. It's to knock you out, to take you to a van. But anyway, don't, owners or whatever, notice this, that people put it on, somebody puts it on there, and then, just hanging around all day to see who will touch it. This way they can run over and say, oh, come here, come, let's go sit over there, whatever. There's a car sitting right there. And far behind, until they give the signal, a van comes. And what's being done to the foods? Like, one's coming in, I mentioned before, for the clout, just throwing underwear. And then another time, some kid with spraying it's like Lysol all over the food. You don't pay attention how things are packed. And how about, how things are made? Are things clean when you make the foods? And it's, like I said, what I'm told. It's just not where I mentioned. It's everywhere. And the other thing is, they want to know. Don't you, look at the cameras, to see what people are doing, like every day or whatever. But if you don't have cameras, you should get them, and put them around where no one can see it or know about it. Because if people know about it, then, they'll know where they are. And all of a sudden, oh, I don't know what happened. The camera's not working or whatever. Unless, the owners are involved in it. You don't know. But you get what I mean. But anyway, let's get back to what God is saying. But there's too much of ones, in businesses and parking lots or anywhere. Like I said, people coming up with stuff, to knock someone out, put things on their cars, at nightclubs or restaurants. People put things in, drinks or somebody's foods. Nobody notices anything. Or no one notices, when people are, when someone is taken or trying to be taken, to throw them in the car or something. Or just hanging around. And if you ask, you know very well that either they're going to, run off because they think that they got caught, or they're going to just sit there, point blank, look at you and say, oh no, I'm waiting for somebody. Either way, if they've been there for a long time, how long is it that people are going to sit there and wait? You keep an eye out. And apparently, listeria is getting out of hand. I mean, and at stores or wherever, don't anybody notice anything? Like workers or owners. Don't you check anything? See, every business or owner and are supposed to let employees know. You get alerts first. Now, about all this, how do I know about all this? I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. Okay? I really don't hang with people to hear everything because I'm so used to people not telling me everything. Anyway, so how do I know about the fake, like, it's in stores or, I don't know, liquor stores, businesses, doesn't matter. That people are, bumping into each other and, clicking on theirs, the fake ones. No one notices that. You don't check the cameras or, you're just oblivious with the whole thing, just ringing people up or, like, oh, I don't know, ones that are walking around, managers or whoever. You don't notice anything. I mean, customers, you just don't notice anything. No one. What about the security thingy, whatever? I mean, it's this. I mean, yeah, it includes them, but it don't matter. I said some of it all before. I said it to the, I put it out there for the military and the ones, well, I'm not sure right now because I don't remember. I think it was for, the security about the satellite something, I don't know, home something, I don't know. And I mentioned about the apps, stuff like that, about the security, where it says it's trusted, it's secured, and whatever else, blah, 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 whatever. I mean, I mentioned it constantly. And with the military and the other ones, I mentioned that 3 years ago and in between, what you had to do. But let's take the banks and online stores. You also have security, that's supposed to protect when buying or receiving. And accounts, So how is all this still happening? How's it still happening? How is it that, and I mentioned it, like I said, since 3 years ago or something like that. I don't remember. I mean, with the fake pages, with people using people's, pictures. Look how many Doesn't matter. Look how many people thought that they were speaking to the real person and didn't really know. Some have the fake pages, pictures of someone else. Or just texting or whatever. It's like nothing is secured or safe. People can get into, when you, text anybody, make phone calls. Take people's pictures, use them to make fake pages. How's that happening? When in it, no one can use your information. No one can use any pictures or whatever. It doesn't matter. They, I blocked all that. But somehow people are still using them and seeing them. And take the children. They have games that they can play. How are pedophiles pretending to be, a child? And, a parent can tell their children not to give out their address, even if it's a child. And then have that pedophile speaking to a parent and say, oh, I'm here for whatever, whoever. And stand there speaking to the parents. And when they say, oh, well, this child is whatever, how else age, 10 or something like that. I don't know. And then have that person say, oh, we're just friends. And then the child saying, oh, well, he's a friend. It's like everybody is supposed to, come together because everyone knows how a child is. Well, and adults. When I was little, it was like the saying goes, it takes a village to watch everybody watches everybody's kids. It's a shame that, nobody knows what's going to happen, because people just speak and say, oh, your parents are just overprotective and this and that, filling children's heads up, and they grow up like that, whatever. This is also why kids act out and they don't listen, among other things that I mentioned in my other videos. And, God wants to know, why is this all going on? God also wants to know, and I was told, this isn't saying about everyone is doing this. The ones who are doing right, we're not speaking about you're doing all this, you know, and making it better or trying, you know. The question is also, all this is going on. Who's in control? Who will make it better? Who will make it worse? Who will sit back and keep getting away with it, with all this? Who will stand up and take action and speak to the right ones to put a stop to it? Who will not have their place, business, and whatever else, because it's people using people's names, platforms, apps, and all that, to be ruined, to be shut down? Who is going to find any means to have everything, everyone protected and bring down what's going on? Who will not do anything possible to do any of it, to put a stop to it and let them get away with it? That's asking a lot of questions here. God is also saying, wherever these people live, or who they are, it's not, where you take revenge. It's about only these ones and have authorities get them. But us, to inform the authorities. God's saying also, and I'm saying it too, this one. These are only the ones who were responsible for their own actions, not everyone. Or where they live. It's not our fault. It's not where they live. It's fault. The only thing that they're doing, wherever, is they're, ruining where they live. Because they're doing all kinds of stuff, putting everybody in the middle of everything. Disrespecting everybody, including themselves. Now, I said this in my other videos. I'm not going to repeat, though. But God is asking, to help bring down easier, to get everyone who wants this year and after, year after, He wants and means everyone to say just a simple and small thing to say. That's it. For His help. To help us and the authorities. He only wants you to say one simple thing, and it's short. And that is, God of the light, please make it easier for us to help and the authorities to bring these ones down and caught. That's it. That's all you have to say. And He will show you. Who all of them are. All you have to do is look for, and it is what I mentioned and kept mentioning in all my videos. And that's how you will know who and where they are. That's it. And I believe that you know exactly how you will know. I've been saying it, and I just recently said it. So that's all you have to say. And obviously I will say something in my description too, but if I are told something else, after I make this video. But I mean, there was a lot of questions. You know, you open up, like I said, you open up things, you do things and everything. Yeah, to make money or sell stuff and whatever. You make things and etc. You know, to make money. This way you could provide and etc. But, you know, when you get more and more people and everything, that doesn't mean that you have to slack off and make things sloppy and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's all, but, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, people like, you know, get, oh wow, I'm doing good and stuff like that. As long as we get it out and we make the money, whatever, you know, they get like, I don't know what it's called. I keep hearing a big head. I don't know. Whatever. But, you know, sometimes people forget, okay, we got them because we made really good food. Eventually, people are going to notice. But when you have a business, also, you're supposed to keep an eye because, you know, it depends how far in. You know, sometimes workers, you know, they slack off to see if you notice. And I mentioned this before, you know, some steal stuff, don't charge it, you know, money's missing, or, you know, they don't get the right quality of foods and stuff like that. But workers, you know, you're supposed to, you know, at least make it presentable, or, you know, and you need to make sure that things are washed right, you know, soap is actually off of it, you know, stuff like that. Other than, you know, people putting stuff on their, you know, crops and stuff like that, that shouldn't be. You know, how do you think listeria and all this other stuff and people throwing things in oceans and stuff like that, how do you think all this stuff is really repeating, coming back? And again, I'm being told, because somebody thought of this, I don't know how, you know, why it's going on, but you're thinking that it's not going to come back to you. or someone that you actually love or whatever, a family member. It's all going to come back to you. All you have to do is just do stuff the right way. And this year is a new beginning, that we're leaving everything behind. What happened, how we felt, and whatever. It doesn't matter how people, find ways of keeping themselves healthy or whatever. People aren't taking away from, the medical or doctors or, you know, insurances or whatever it's called. You still need all them. Doesn't matter how healthy you are, you still need them. Why can't people just, do things right with truth instead of, charging a whole bunch of stuff, like groceries? They tripled their stuff. Everybody tripled. Bills are being added. It's like, but nobody's making enough. And I'm being told, yeah, there's a catch. I don't know what that is. I'm not asking. I don't like getting into, any of all this. I'm just giving out the message, letting people, know what's happening out there, and we need to fix it. I don't know whose job it is, but all of us can come together and, like I said, too many people, innocent ones, are getting harmed. Too many innocent children, there's too many stalkers, and stuff like that. I grew up when it doesn't matter if you're a boss or an owner or whatever, you should always keep up on everything. I had a business until, somebody ruined it under my nose. Because, I also had 2 jobs at the same time. And things were hidden. But anyway, I had it over 30 years. I kept up on everything. I caught 3 thieves because somebody was supposed to, keep an eye on the register or whatever. Oh, somebody just walked in and I found them behind the counter, They didn't know who I was. Oh, I work here. Can I help you? Really? You should never believe anything what people tell you unless you find out what the truth is. especially when they say it right in your face and you're the owner. But like I said, this is the year that, because heaven, and that means everything, everybody, okay, up there. I'm not going down the list. They want to show us what they've been waiting to show us. And, they said something about natural. I guess, what's the big deal of natural? You shouldn't put fake crap into where, people need to eat or, whatever. Or use toxic crap to put in anything. But this way, medical and everything, I don't know what they're talking about, but I don't know. We still need all of you. Like, we need everybody at every kind of job. It's not taken away from anybody. But anyway, I'm not going to really get into all this. I was supposed to give out all the questions, and they want to know. But like I said, I'm not into getting into people's business. I don't know who they're talking about and everything. And I would have never came up with all of this, what I spoke about or prior. So take it as you want. And, and if you aren't doing any of this, the bad intentions part, again, I will say, do not come at me. Start to do magic and all that other happy horse crap because you thought that I was speaking about you. I will say, one, if I am, did I say who you were? No. Did I ask you to bash me? Did I bash you? No. And whatever else. Did I ask you to get into my business? This isn't getting into anybody's business because I don't. So, the other one thing is, ask me if I care. I don't. All I say is, if you want to learn how to make a new start, not to do what others are doing, whatever. I'm just here to give this message. I don't know what else I'm going to be getting. I don't know. I'm just here to inspire, uplift people, and whatever else. Again, I don't label myself. I welcome everybody as long as you come correct. You do not harass, do any bad intentions to my collective followers or whoever or myself. And don't get into people's business. Like, asking them, oh, where do you live? What's your home look like? Oh, and whatever else. I mean, because I know my collective will come at you. But just remember what I can do too. All I have to do is say, Dad, I mean, he's doing that automatically, but, But this way, I'd rather go to Dad instead of saying to, my team over here, my bodyguards, and everyone else that I know down here. Because all I have to say to them is, that saying, hey, don't ask questions. Who's in? I love that saying, but, it's true. Be glad I don't say that. But anyway, again, have a wonderful day today. And remember, it's a new start. And keep on going. There's no quitters. If anyone told you that you're a quitter or trying to make you quit, whatever negative, you turn that right into positive. You do the opposite what people tell you. That's negative. I'm not telling people to do the opposite if they're trying to, give advice that is positive and true. To do the opposite. No. Just in case for the ones, This is what I'm told because somebody thought of that. I was just told. I know all the angles, dear. And then, don't worry. I'm not asking who said it. I don't want to know. I really don't care. Just remember, heaven hears everything and sees everything. Just remember that. But, team, whoever, and everyone who did join the Team Empire, let's get it all out there. Let's make this happen. Whatever all those questions were, we need to make this all happen. We need to crack down. This is the year that everything is being revealed. And we're taking back how we should live, where everyone has a job and being comfortable and providing. Anyway, I have to go. I have a lot to do. But soon, I'll be able to actually have and see everybody. You know, whatever God tells me. But soon. But to let you know, I can't guarantee you that I can read everybody, you know, because apparently you can't slow it down. But anyway, that's another thing. Anyway, like I said, I have a lot to do. I'm sending lots of love, peace, light, positive thoughts all around the world. And I thank everyone for being here, getting this all out, helping, and making a difference. And for those ones who are trying, keep going. I'm proud of all of you. There's no quitting in anyone's blood. Okay. Ciao.